Hello, Tom here, and I want to share with you some of my, what shall I say, philosophy or techniques on how I view myself, how I work with myself, how I establish change as myself in a um, holistical way. And I think that I've been struggling with for many years is to basically find myself on Earth. And I would see Earth as this white light grid construct, white light unit, white light grid construct, unified consciousness field, unified consciousness field. And then I would struggle with placing myself on that basically, which I see is okay, I can do that, but the real deal here is to internalize this mind construct. When I worked with forgiveness for a decade now, and with unifying everything with self and responsibility and self-honesty. And what I do, or what I've come to understand is that, you know, like the world is my oyster kind of thing, where if I create this um, atmosphere or presence or awareness within myself, in my heart, for instance, which is very powerful, because the heart can be like a boat on the open water to carry us through, basically. If we're all in the same boat, we all have a heart, and we all have a beating heart that gives unconditionally food and oxygen to the whole body, and also brings home the trash from the body through the blood and everything. So what I've been pondering is that the heart is like the Mother Earth, hearth, you know, where I see that Earth, be it a bright shining light or of consciousness, okay, that's okay. I can internalize that into my heart. I can bring that into me to take responsibility and find self-honesty within that. And when I internalize that and make that a part of my garden, part of my unity, part of self, I am, taking back responsibility for all of existence, back to myself, back to home, my body, where I can let my inner garden of grass and waters and trees and my beingness in the inner garden, I can let that be the sanctuary that holds everything within. Because what we have been living earlier on is to live in the outside world, searching in the outside world for the solutions, searching in greed, over egoism, sexual desires, money, jealousy, fear, anger, judgment, blame, desire, hope. We've been living in these polarities in our mind, and just trying to find our fix, basically. That's what we've been doing for a very long time, believing in the God or believing in whatever thing we see as our higher ground in the mind and polarity. Well, all the cool stuff is really within ourselves. So that instead of searching out there, which I did for many years, I searched out there, you know, in culture, in drugs, in escapism. And instead of searching out there after the solution, I turn into like the Eastern medicine, for instance, Indian or Chinese medicine, New German medicine, all these kinds of, which is seen as alternative medicine, which is a far more superior medicine, I would say, from its starting point, from the starting point of coming from within, and that everything has an origin from within itself. That I in my garden, basically, my in my Garden of Eden, me in my garden, in my home, in my body, when I can be there and be calm and centered and grounded, and I can then that is just strength basically, and that is power basically, because I've changed myself from living out there in the mind to living in here in creation and in sanity and responsibility and honesty with myself. So I'm urging people to discover that inner landscape, because the mind will drag you into illusions and desires and hope and fear and paranoia and guilt and shame and love and all those feelings of the mind, which we know. We know when mind is active, and we know the difference between the physical body and the mind system. So this is a unifying of those two. That's what I'm talking about. And that is the big unification of man, basically, to bring all into oneness and equality, because we're all equal. The only thing that varies is our expression. We're all equal. Everybody has a body. Everybody has, blood through their veins. Everybody has a mind. Everybody has a being. Everybody has needs. Everybody must have food and air and water and all these things that so many of us have to fight and struggle and die to have. So, oneness and equality. When I am one with all of existence, when I have peace in my inner garden, which I have, or else there wouldn't be a garden, there would be like just darkness or just war systems and tantrums basically. Me throwing tantrums on my own inside, but I don't want that. I don't want to suffer. Nobody does, honestly. So that's why I've been walking a self-forgiveness process the last decade. To end my struggle, to end my need for a fix, to end my need for polarity high and compared to the polarity low. So it's an inevitable journey that we're all part on here, to find ourselves here, safe and sound in the body, in the home. That is the self. And that has the potential to bring life from there, from in here, into the world. Through how we create, through how I'm creating and talking to you now, through how we create from our living expression, from our living creation, equal and one being alive on this earth, to create better systems, to create a new money system, for one thing, the most important thing, to create an equal money system, and how to create new education system, new healthcare system, new everything system, based on common sense, based on that which is grounded, that which is stable, and best for all, basically, that which we all have, the inner garden, the inner sanctuary, and not based on some desire or hope or fling in our mind, which all of democracies have been based on for eons of time, since Greece, since the Vikings, since France, since Russia, since whatever. All the democracies we've seen have been based on mind systems and a very deep inequality of who can vote and so on. So, what we're talking about here is a whole new way of living, a whole new system of life, basically, where we're all equal and one in the understanding that there is nobody superior or inferior to us. There's no master and there's no slave. We're all equal and one, and we all have equal say. And when we realize ourselves as the creator of this existence, when we realize ourselves as 100% responsible for all of this existence, when we realize ourselves as 100% self-honest in this creation, then we can realize, okay, I have an inner garden. When I live and express from that, I create best for all things. So today and these days, last couple of days, I've been realizing this, I've been realizing this for much longer, basically, but I've been specifying it now with how my mind is unifying with me, internalizing it into my garden, my home, and it's really exciting, and it's really humbling, and I'm very proud of doing this, basically. In a way, you could say that I'm leading with this, leading other people to find solutions for schizophrenia or for whatever issue you might have. At the same time, I'm not superior, a master, or inferior, or a slave. I'm one and equal to you. I'm not telling you that you must do this or you must do that, or judging or blaming or anything. That would be a lost case, you know. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants masters or slaves. Nobody wants masters and slaves. And that's why it's so important to create a new and equal money system. We're all as given equal as life, because we're all worthy as life, as equals. So looking at me with schizophrenia, it's very well possible to create a good life with a lot of integrity and a lot of genuinity and originality and expression and liveliness and responsibility and honesty and intimacy and respect and care and regard, and being schizophrenic on top, or in addition to that, being schizophrenic, you know. I can do it, so can you. If me as we can walk through this mind haze with schizophrenia, you can too. But I'm not going to tell you to do it, because not everybody is up for it. But it's possible. I am living proof. What I want to say is, I hope you would like to discover your own inner garden, your own inner sanctuary, which is unique, I would say, to everybody. Though I would definitely think that there are some similarities and common traits, based on how we're rigged, how we're made, and how we function. So when I breathe, when I live, when I express, I do so from my grounded inner haven, from my inner garden, from me, unifying my systems, unifying all my systems, all my matrix, all the jazz, all the zeitgeist, awakening, all that stuff, taking all that in and just internalizing it and making that into my haven, my soil, that I can grow from the dirt, because I am dirt, basically. And from that dirt I can grow grass and flowers and trees and have an inner sanctuary. So there. I hope you find your inner sanctuary, and Yeah. If you have questions about this, feel free to ask me. I'm happy to make more videos to talk more about this. We are here, we are equals, and we are one. Let's unite and enjoy ourselves. See you around.